So one night, my band is rehearsing for this 4-hour show, and we really had to get it tight. We were practicing a lot of covers, and one of the songs we were working on was Jolene by Dolly Parton. It's a very classic country tune. I like to sprinkle in some country music when my band was playing. We did a lot of blues and soul and classic rock. And of all the songs that we were rehearsing for this show, this one gave us such a hard time. The drums and the guitars weren't coming in at the same time. We were drifting in tempo while we were playing. It was not locking in. We could not play Jolene, and it was a little embarrassing. And so we took a pause, and I was in my mind about how to fix this, and I kept thinking about all the ways, well, if the drummer counts in, we'll all start when we need to, or maybe I count in. And as my scientific brain was going to town on this problem in front of me, I hear my bass player over in the corner dilly-dallying on his bass. And boy, did it irk me. I was trying to figure out the problem and try to fix it, and I hear him playing this reggae beat. And it was in that moment that I could have just pushed through and just kept with my scientific thinking, or I could have paused. And I did just that. And my artistic side decided to step up, and I allowed it to because I felt pulled to the rhythm he was playing. I remember pausing. I remember being in this rehearsal room. We're in the basement of this church. It's getting late. We're all frustrated. And I let that feeling take over. And I went, what if we played Jolene, not like the normal studio version? I said to my bass player, can you play that same groove, but in the key that we're working on? And he was like, yeah, I can. They started to play, and then I started to sing and play on acoustic, nice little, you know, reggae pattern, and it locked in. We were grooving, we all locked into the tempo, played the entire song, we get done with it, and you could feel the energy of the room move from being this tense, anxious, trying to figure it out feeling, and instead, we felt free. We felt in sync. We felt in alignment. We felt so at ease with this song that it was so frustrating for a while. And the coolest part about this is that then we ended up recording this song, and it was one of the easiest songs we've ever recorded in the studio. It just flowed so easily. There's so many times in your life where you'll be hit with some problem. It seems like it's a problem that you need to fix. And you might feel like you need to really hustle, really dive in, really analyze it, and really fix the problem. It could be that the problem you think you have is actually not something broken. It's not something you need to fix. It might not be a problem at all. It might literally be asking you to take a step back and to get curious and stay open to something new that you couldn't see if you were really trying to hustle and really trying to fix it. There's so many times in my life that I have used my scientific mind, my critical thinking asset, and I have hustled and really tried to force fit something to work. And then there are times in which I can lean into my artistic self. I can lean back and get into flow and get into alignment. And all of a sudden, ways in which I never thought I could solve something come out of seemingly thin air. How many times do we hit a wall or we hit a challenge, and when we can't push through with hustle, we hustle more and we force it to fit, and we might miss the most beautiful ending that you could never imagine if you leaned back into what I call the artist self, the part of you that trusts, the part of you that's open, the part of you that isn't forcing a specific outcome, whether that be in your life, relationships, your work. There's part of you that can handle that uncertainty. The most beautiful things artists make are something they never planned on making. It just happened through the process of staying open, being curious. And when I think about optimizing doesn't mean to fix anything. It means to be open to adjust what works and doesn't work for you and in that situation. And that's exactly what we did. It wasn't working as the classical country song for us. We have a very groove heavy band, and for some reason we couldn't do it. And instead, we found something more beautiful. And that's exactly what I hope that you will do the next time you are trying to force fit an outcome, a decision, something you're struggling with, a challenge. Now, I'm not saying that just follow your feelings because here's the thing, if I only listen to the artistic side of myself and if I felt like doing something or not, I wouldn't pay my bills. I wouldn't have a roof over my head because I never want to pay my bills. I never have a feeling that says, "Oh, I can't wait to pay my bills." That doesn't come it doesn't come in ever. And so, this is so important in my mind to have that critical thinking like a scientist so you can pay your bills, have a roof over your head. And how can you mix in that artistic way, that creative openness? A life that is only built on your task-oriented mindset and optimizing everything to perfect efficiency can absolutely lead you to a life where you accelerate and you achieve a lot. And yet at the same time, you can absolutely miss every single piece of magic that could have happened in your life. So when decisions or challenges come up and you find yourself trying and just feeling constant resistance, maybe you need to lean back a little bit. Just get a little curious. Maybe you'll notice something and all of a sudden you have a brand new idea. Your creativity gets sparked by that curiosity that you have. And your life isn't a series of boxes you've checked off. Instead, your life has magic and beauty throughout your entire journey. Thanks for listening to this episode of Authenticity Lab. Life isn't something to solve or to fix. Life is something to discover. And so my hope is that you can think like a scientist and learn how to create like an artist to really build the life that feels like you. I'll see you in the next episode.
Yeah, that house will always call you.